What's up, Soul Squad? What's up, Soul Squad? Welcome back to the video. Y'all know it's been a while. Yes, I've been going through some stuff, but we're back with some videos, guys. I'll just say Halloween is around the corner. Halloween is around the corner, but most importantly, Thanksgiving is around the corner, guys. And I want to tap into some of my old favorites so that you guys can start practicing, in case you want to get it right, if you want to do it my way. But yeah, we're going to do some old-fashioned banana pudding. Okay, guys, let's make some pudding. First, you know what? This is what I'm going to do my thing. Let me call the stove off, because this is not how I normally do it. I always put my sugar in first. I don't temper. A lot of people temper because of the egg. I never tempered. And that means temper means you put your eggs in one bowl and you add some hot liquid to it, stir it, and then pour it back together. I never did that. I need to get my cornstarch. Okay, guys, so I got my 1 cup of sugar, right? I'm going to, some people use flour. I use cornstarch. 1. I'm making a small banana pudding because it's not Thanksgiving yet, y'all. I'm using 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And I got this right here that has me wash my hands again. Everybody's like, oh, she ain't wash your hands. But yeah, remember, I ain't feeding nobody but my family, right? But we can go ahead and do it again. Just because. Yeah, because Thanksgiving is around the corner. And I want you guys to practice with these recipes. So I decided to make a small banana pudding. And what my kids don't know is that I'm doing it old school. I grew up with banana pudding going in the oven. Comment below if anyone remember that. So, got to separate my egg. I want you guys to see how I do it on camera. That's 1 egg yolk. I'm making a small banana pudding. So, and I do it just like this. I use my hands. I hope you guys can see. I got perfect angle. I don't know. That's 2 egg yolk. And the egg whites, I'm going to sit right here because that's what I'm going to use to make my, what's that stuff called? Meringue. That goes on top. That my family, they love Cool Whip. When my sons first tasted, when they first tasted the meringue, a lot of people don't like meringue. They say it's too sweet, it's too this, it's too that. But I grew up with the meringue flavor, honey. And to this, I'm going to add 2 cups of whole milk. I'm measuring everything out because when you're baking, you're baking. And voila. Turn the stove on. I'm going to turn like on a 3. Like on a medium. And let me get my wire whisk, baby. Because one thing about this recipe, honey, it's down to the wire. Ooh, shit. I'm sorry. I almost fell. This recipe down to the wire. Hey, I'm recording and got to the music on. So yeah. And it's about this right here. Again, people don't do theirs like this. I do mine like this.
Shake it off. Shake it. No, that's stirring. My bad.
So what I'm doing, just making some good old vanilla pudding. The unsalted butter and the vanilla will come in afterwards. Oh, right there, because you had it sitting on my labels. So, this is a constant stir. And you have to have that stove on a medium high. Again, I'm making an 8x8 pan glass dish of a quick old-fashioned banana pudding. So we're going to stir this. And another thing too, if you don't temper your eggs, you got to be on the stir. Because you don't want your eggs to cook. I just don't. But temper your eggs. And like I told you, what that means that those egg yolks, you want your milk and sugar and cornstarch that got hot, you would have poured a scoop of milk, the liquid, onto the eggs and stir it. And then pour it back into the pot so it won't cook. So it can get used to it. But I do mine right off the top. Have always done it like this. You just got to, honey, you know, I had arthritis. I had no business doing this. But we're going to get it out. Thanksgiving around the corner. Everybody don't want to open up a box. You know, maybe this your year that you say, you know what? I'm making homemade banana pudding. I let mine go for a minute. And you said maybe this your year you want to say, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. And then one thing too, if you don't get to the store, they run out. The banana pudding, the vanilla pudding, whatever one you use. Now, if you want this to be, get you some banana extract or banana essence and put a half a teaspoon into this. Once it get done, at the point where you put your vanilla in, still put in your teaspoon of vanilla and a half a teaspoon of banana extract or banana essence, along with 2 tablespoons of butter. But that's once after your pudding has formed and starts to get thick. Hold the camera on me because I'm telling you. You can see, it's a stirring method. And you have to do this too, especially since I didn't temper my eggs. Honey, yeah. And sometimes since I got arthritis, I let it sit a few minutes. And then work the hands, y'all. And go right back. Oh, I gotta get that up. Okay. I'll get y'all a close-up shot. Ooh. That's me. I'm gonna try not to edit as much out as possible. I'm trying to give y'all the way this pudding is going. And I didn't want it too sweet. And if you don't have cornstarch, you can use flour. I just prefer cornstarch. Yeah, this takes a minute, y'all. That's why I let it sit for a few seconds. You got to be quick about it. And let your hands rest. And sometimes it'll get, and to help it, it'll get the bubbling. Okay, we about to cut right here. The magic of editing. We'll be back. Our pudding is going to be ready, y'all. So you're starting to get thick. Okay, this is a process, baby. But it's starting to get thick. I could have got a close-up shot. See? It's starting to get thick. About another 5 more minutes or so. While it's doing that, let me get my butter and my vanilla. Okay, y'all, so my pudding is thick. Now I'm going to add in, I'm making a little one, so this is going to be, and as it sits, it gets thicker. A tablespoon of unsalted butter, right? And I have my teaspoon of vanilla. See why I made me this vanilla, y'all? This is pure vanilla, honey. You see the with vodka. You see the vanilla beans in there? Yes, baby. I can't wait to make my pound cake with that. And I'm just gonna stir it up. Honey, that's how you make it, baby. All right, let's start prepping everything. Our bananas, our cookies, and all that good stuff. Okay, guys, so right here, I'm about to make the, what is called, the meringue. So I already have 2 egg whites right here. I'm putting in some cream of tartar. Cream of tartar just kind of like help the egg whites get to its peak faster, help it get stiff and faster. And then I am going in with some sugar, not a lot of sugar, only like 3 tablespoons of sugar, because I don't want to make it too powerfully sweet, because the pudding, you got the pudding, you got the cookies, and then you're gonna have this meringue. So yeah, so I'm going in with 3 tablespoons of sugar. Remember, guys, this is a small 8x8 but homemade banana pudding I'm making, just to give you guys what the recipe is like. If you decide this year gonna be your year, I said that earlier, but yeah, if you decide this year gonna be your year, this is a good recipe to follow. If you just want to do it small or you want to do it bigger, just remember just to double up or triple up on everything so you can have a good banana pudding video. Yeah, so this was quick, this was easy, it got stiff peaks really quick and fast, y'all. So let's go over here in the kitchen and we're gonna go ahead and top her on top of our banana pudding, because it's ready. It's time to put it in the oven. It's time to build her up, y'all. Let's go over to that part. Okay, guys, so I'll go ahead and grab my vanilla wafer cookies. How do you do yours? Do anybody even do the banana first or the cookies first? I always been told the cookies first, so I am using what? Vanilla wafers. Yes, this is the cookie of choice. You know, everybody using those, what's those, chestnut cookies or whatever. No, when I say we're gonna do Southern style old-fashioned banana pudding, the way my grandfather used to make it, and it was a hit in the family for the barbecues and things like that, and my grandmother used to love it too. I learned this recipe from my grandfather when I was young, and I really haven't made it this way because, you know, over the years we all adapt, we can get our own recipes, and, you know, I stopped making hot banana pudding many years ago. So, you know, we want to do it the quick way. We do it with the cold bananas, you know, cold pudding. Well, the pudding don't be cold. Yes, it do, because a lot of people ain't even making homemade pudding anymore. But when I do make mine, I still use homemade pudding, but I just don't put it in the refrigerator, in the oven. I put it in the refrigerator, add Cool Whip on top, because that's how the family like it. They never really got used to the meringue. I used to try the meringue years ago, but they just didn't get used to it. So I switched from meringue to the pudding, to the Cool Whip. Yeah, I'm all over the place. And they got my pudding going on here just now. I made nearly just enough for this little 8x8 situation. Like I said, Thanksgiving is fast approaching, and again, I'm gonna keep saying this in case you want to do it. This is the recipe for you. It's gonna come out so good, y'all. It did come out so good, but you know, at the end of the day, because people gonna be who they are, the people in my house still chose not to use the meringue. So they took off the meringue and they put a Cool Whip on top. But, you know, to each his own. But I most definitely wanted to show you guys how my grandfather's from the South. He's from South Carolina. So he got this recipe from his mother. And, you know, like, this is how they always made in his house. So when Grandpa made banana pudding during the holidays or any event that he brought it to, this is how you're going to get it. So don't think you're going to get a cold banana pudding. It'll be lukewarm, because he don't even put it in the refrigerator, because he always make it and do the meringue and let it rest and take it to wherever even he's taking it to. And when you get it, it's gonna be nice and warm. That's just how it was. But yeah, let me go here, y'all, and layer this. Like I said, this is small, so this is only a 2-layer. Only a 2-layer. I think I used only 3 bananas. I used 3 bananas, but I most definitely used a whole box of vanilla wafers. Because, you know, a banana pudding ain't banana pudding if you ain't got all the vanilla wafers in them, you know. Come on now. I used to make my mom one, and I should do hers without the bananas, just the cookies and the pudding, and that's just how she loved it. But I'm going to play a little bit of music. At this point, I know I never did that before, y'all, but this is a long video. Do you really expect me to talk almost 5 minutes while I put this thing together? No. So let some music play. Okay, I'm back. Y'all, here's the meringue. It came out really, really well. But I know y'all could tell I ain't got enough, okay? I used 2 egg yolks on this. And I was like, okay, since I am making a small amount, you know, I used the leftover egg yolks, the egg whites from my leftover egg yolks. I was like, that's going to be enough. I was going to try to spread her thin, but no. We was not going to do that. That just was not even working. So, of course, I had to go back to the drawing board. And, guys, even though I didn't show it on camera, I went back and I did a second. Yeah, that was quick, right? I went back and did 2 more egg whites. And, yeah, so this is me going ahead, just putting everything on here. Like I said, I didn't make it too sweet. I think it came out with the perfect consistency. I think it was, like, really flavorful. It wasn't overbearing or anything like that. When you're making a meringue, and when I learned to make it way back in the day, my mother used to use so much sugar to make it. But that cream of tart really helped it form. You don't need a lot of sugar. I think they did that just to try to get those peaks or try to get it really, really stiff. But no, some cream of tart, a couple of tablespoons of sugar, and them egg whites, you good to go. So at this point, you know, we got to decorate outside. So I'm taking the remainder of these vanilla wafers, and I'm just going to go ahead and put them all around the sides. Now, y'all, I did put this in the oven on 350, not 350, I meant 400. I put it on the oven on 400, and maybe like for like 5 or 6 or 8 minutes. I didn't even do a count. As soon as I saw and got the smelling, and I saw that the top was golden brown, the way I remember it being from my childhood, I knew she was time to come out. So just go ahead, let's put her in there on that 400, anywhere between 375 to 400, depends on your oven. And as soon as you start seeing it getting that peak brown, those peaks starting to turn that golden color, that pretty brown color. Now, don't walk away from this. Just like you can't walk away from that pudding. When you're making that pudding, this is another part of this recipe. You cannot walk away, because you turn your back real quick, honey, you gonna have some burnt banana pudding on top, okay? So yeah, so as soon as you get that pretty golden peak, just put her in the oven, and she looked perfect. Okay, guys, in the oven she go. So what do you think, guys? It's hot. What do you think? That's the old-fashioned banana pudding. Southern style. Okay? I'm trying to get y'all ready for Thanksgiving. She came out amazing. She looked amazing. And I made just enough to tease the family. To tease the family, y'all. So, yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified. She has to cool off just a tiny bit. My grandfather, grandmother, they used to eat theirs warm. As soon as it come out the oven, they wait a good 10 or 15 minutes, and they love it warm. But you know, look at her. She came out great. Once again, like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified.